Hello, my name is Daniel Sweetser, and I'm reading through my novel Hope Starts Small. And this morning I'm reading Chapter 4, Part 2, Home. Alma had met her husband, known to Frank and the family as Opa, when she was helping at Cape and Ray Hall in England. Opa had gone there to teach, learn, and help with the ministry, and Alma had come to do the same in her own way. At the time they met, she was caring for the children of Major Thomas, the owner and manager of the estate. Opa offered to teach her English, and she agreed and enjoyed the time with him. Love quickly bloomed. He proposed marriage, and eventually she made her way to Philadelphia, working as a nanny while Opa was attending Philadelphia College of Bible. They were married and spent their honeymoon camping in Shenandoah National Park. Frank wasn't sure whether Oma actually liked camping, but that's what they did. They had a brief stint in Camden, New Jersey, living above a storefront while they worked with inner city kids. Then they eventually made their way to Illinois, where Opa studied at Trinity Evangelical Divinity School while also working full-time. All the while, Oma did her best to acclimate to this strange new world. She had fun moments with the language, like when she didn't understand why her wedding vows included a reference to pledge cleaner, or when she pronounced them as wedding vows, which is fitting but not quite what was intended. She also acclimated to Opa, too. The man she married and loved changed as the years washed over him. He was a hard worker, often working 2 jobs at a time to help cover rent, but over time he became more particular, less gracious, and more set in his ways. When Opa's mood would periodically darken, Oma would remain calm. She did what she did what he asked, and eventually the storm would subside. And for the kids, this served to make her a haven. They were not worried about upsetting her as much as upsetting him. Of course, she did get angry for good reasons, like when Constance rode her bike too far from home, despite Oma's warnings. And she was also a woman of faith. When storms would rage around her, she rested in her Father's care like Jesus taking a nap in the boat. Once, when things were tight, the family had been almost out of toilet paper. Oma had prayed, and then shortly thereafter a neighbor called and informed her that their house had been inexplicably toilet papered by some ne'er-do-well neighbor kids. They asked Oma and the kids if they would help clean it up. It was manna from heaven. They scooped up the toilet paper into boxes and bags and brought it home. And there were other times like this where she prayed and the family saw the prayer answered. For Constance, having Oma was like being planted in good soil in the midst of a field of thistles. Constance might have hated God if all she had seen was her father's anger and bitterness. Those were the thistles. But then she would see her mom, quietly enduring whatever storm was brewing. And this was good for Constance's heart. Opa was never all the way bad. He had moments of beauty, just like the wonderful purple flower perched atop a thistle. But the lessons learned best are the ones that are repeated, and the lessons he taught could have soured her heart. But her mother was there, adding sweet comfort where it was sorely needed. Constance was painfully shy as a child, and having her mother around was essential. When Constance started school, she even asked her mom to work at the school as a lunch lady so she could see her during the day. Oma agreed and became a fan favorite because she would always give a little extra to the kids when they asked. She probably got in trouble for that. There were also the meals. Constance could name from memory all the specific meals she enjoyed her mother making, each its own kind of good medicine. Sick soup, rouladen, black forest cherry tort, sauerbraten, Gurkensalat, Salzkartoffeln. Each was a lovely memory, and whenever Oma decided to make any of them, Constance was always delighted. It was a way Oma showed love, too, by making things special for special occasions. Opa always asked for the Black Forest cherry tort for his birthday, and Oma always made it for him. When Constance started college, she chose to live in the dorms even though she lived close enough to commute. Home had never been an easy place to be, and she wanted an escape from the dark moods and storms. But she also loved both her parents and wanted to see them, so she would visit often. The difference was that now, when she was done visiting, she would get to leave. Oma would always stay. All right, thanks for listening. I hope you have an awesome day.